Alright, hello everybody. I am Ryan, aka For the Blood God. We are here for an ability draft. This is a replay commentary. Lots of good abilities in the pool. I don't know why these ones aren't showing up. Actually, ooh, there's a lot of... Alright, we're going to skip the drafting part because this is definitely not correct. Bear with me, guys. Alright, here we go. This is one I played with Delicious. As you can see here, Delicious was playing Bane. I am the Witch Doctor. What I built here, what I went for, so to give you guys an idea, usually if I get first pick, I will go for a carry type build. And if I'm doing a if I get a later pick, I usually go for more of a support build. So as you can see here, I got the Courier, I got a Ward. I went with a more support build here. I went with the Shadow Dance first so that I would be able to move around quickly in between fights and get regened up without having to waste money on Tranquil Boots. I've got a nice stun here with a max stun of 2.6, which is not bad. Decent damage at max level. I've got Nether Blast, which is beautiful for pushing, for farming creep waves. Not bad damage to heroes either. Good AoE damage if you get a good team fight going. And then last but not least, we have Maledict, which, for anybody that knows or doesn't know how that works, you curse heroes in an area and they will slowly take damage over time. What also happens is they take extra damage based on how much health they lost since the curse began. So what I can do is drop the Maledict first, drop a Nether Blast, and then stun them to keep them in the Nether Blast, dealing a really nice burst of damage, and also getting the full benefit we can out of the Maledict. And obviously Shadow Dance is good for escaping if I need to do that at some point too, because I can just pop that and disappear into the trees. I'm going to be landing with Bounty Hunter. Actually, let's go ahead and check everybody's builds, see what we got going. Elder Titan has some nukes, a mini stun. That doesn't make sense. Why is this all... Okay. We're just going to have to click through everybody because that's not even showing up correctly. Alright, so Brain Sap, which is good. Lunar Blessing gives people more damage. Astral Spirit, I mean, this is kind of looking like he wants to be a carry build, but I don't understand why he would take Sanity's Eclipse. Definitely not that great of intelligence gain, and that's what makes the damage happen on Sanity's Eclipse. Dazzle has a mini stun, another mini stun. I like Dazzle's build. Dazzle's got a good build here. It's a nice support build, so if she builds as a support, she should do pretty well. Luna, we have a good farming build that's decent at ganking as well. We got a stun, we got the farming ability and Moonglaves. She can take negative debuffs off herself while also dealing damage, and then she's got the finger to finish people off that are trying to flee. If I remember right, Lich started with Life Drain, or no, he definitely started with Janata and then went for the Life Drain second. He's got a pretty decent support build here. Oh, wait, no. Alright, so Frost Blast, we got a heal, Imprisonment, Life Drain. Not horrible. Definitely not horrible. Doesn't synergize overly well, but it's not bad. And then here we've got Shallow Grave, Cask, Nightmare, a bunch of really good setups followed with an amazing ulti. Can't really complain about that build. We've got, here is definitely a nice carry build. He can steal people's agility to give himself more damage. He takes away their armor, pounce, and then extra armor for himself while taking away even more armor than the Natural Order already does. Here we have the Arcane Orb Essence Shift combo, but he's also got the Voodoo Resto, which for people that don't understand this, he can toggle Voodoo over and over again to trigger Essence Aura. So he has infinite mana with this build. He's also got Chain Frost, which is great for team fights. Slark is a really tough hero in ability draft because his hero is kind of crippled on stats because of the essence shift that he normally has. Return is really kind of a waste on Slark. Shadow Walk's a good ability. Nether Ward's really good for team fighting. And Earth Splitter's also really good as well. Return's the only thing I would have done differently here, and I guess he might have taken that just so that one of their guys didn't get it, maybe the Elder Titan. And in that case, it's not necessarily the worst. Bane's got a really good build. That's the one we were looking at earlier when we thought we were looking at Lich. Janata, unlimited Hex, and Trax. He's pretty much should be able to do what he wants all day as long as he doesn't take too much damage. Alright, now we're going to go back to talking about decisions and what we're doing. As you can see, we just tried to set up a kill on the Elder Titan, but he was able to get away. Just didn't quite have enough damage. He's got a lot of health early on. Well, 644 isn't overly outreaching, but at the same time, we're still kind of low level. Plus, I know we've already gotten a couple of kills. Yep, each of us in top lane has gotten one kill, and it was one on Elder Titan, one on the Dazzle. And here, I'm kind of low on health. I'm playing safely. I know that they don't have I know that they don't have stuns. Dazzle's got mini stuns, but nothing that's going to actually lock me down and stop me from getting away. I'm not going to be close enough for either of those abilities anyway. Now we're going to head back and heal, get some TV scrolls. We've already got boots and a wand, and on a support build, having bought all of the starting support items, that's not bad. We're not doing too bad so far. You can see we're going for arcane boots first so that I'll be able to spam my abilities more. I don't quite recall what I got after that, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to be maybe a small stat item, like a null talisman. Because really as a support, you just want some early game stats so that you can help get your carries the farm they need. And as we can see, Lion is just got it amazing. This is going to be so much fun once he gets some farm, which hopefully we're going to get him. Back in top lane, we're going to meet back up with Bounty Hunter here. Let's check on everybody's last hits. Luna with her Moon Glaives has the most, probably by accident, since she's probably auto-attacking. The Bounty Hunter, Lion, and Bane are all tied, doing really well. Next is the Dazzle, Pugna, and Lich. You can see I'm coming in here at the bottom. I'm only taking last hits that I know that the Bounty Hunter isn't going to get or go for. And then Elder Titan, who kind of looks like he wants to be a carry with this build, is coming in last place with nothing. Team's off to a good start, as you can see. And here was the thing I noticed. The first couple of times he threw the spirit, he caught everybody with it, and he would get... I don't know what the word is. He would... I don't know. He was kind of trying to take advantage of the extra stats, obviously. One thing that I noticed was later on when I started backing up and not giving him the extra person in the Astral Spirit, he started running away and giving us a lot more space. He was letting us attack his teammates. He was giving us tower hits, you name it. And really, guys, what you're trying to do here, ability draft plays a little bit different than a normal game, but not overly so. Really, the main difference is that you've got different builds than you normally have, and you need to pay attention to what your opponents are using. Other than that, you still need to have players with carry builds farming. You still need to have supports buying support items, or it's going to be the same disaster any regular pub is without support items. As you can see, we robbed him right there of the extra stats on that. I knew me standing up here next to Lion wasn't going to do much, and he wasted time trying to control the spirit to get to me. Missed him with the Maledict, got him with the stun. Not the greatest, but we're getting some harass off. I'm about to have my Arcane Boots. Mana won't be a problem here soon. I've also got Arcane Aura right now, so while Lion is here, I do have a chance to get mana back from using my spells. Not really an excuse to spam it, but at the same time, if I can keep him away from us so that we can take this tower like we're trying to, it'll pay off. And also, we have the unlimited heals here from Lion, so I don't have to worry about running back. I can just hang out here with the rest of the team. We got another ward over here. Not necessarily the best placement, but the bonus to it is if one of them sees it and makes an incorrect play to try to destroy it, it would cost them dearly. Because we had 3 people there, 1 invis, we were ready to jump on anybody.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
We got the tower, got the Arcane Boots. We're going to save the Lion here, or at least try to. Nice, we got to kill and save the Lion. And as you can see, that Fishdoctor aura is really paying off. And as you can see now, I shoot up to full health and get to move across the map with an amazing 30% bonus movement speed. And that's why Shadow Dance in ability draft, it's a really, really good ability if you have a plan for what you're going to do with it. I wouldn't just take it because it's an ability that works really, really well on Slark, because if it doesn't work with the rest of your build, you maybe should leave it for another teammate. Obviously, you don't want an enemy to get it that's going to be able to utilize it really well, but at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily first pick Shadow Dance. I wouldn't say that it's a first pick material, except in this situation where I planned on using it as a replacement for Tranquil Buttes, so that I could get Arcanes instead. And really, that's the thing, guys. When you're looking at ability draft and trying to pick abilities, there are some very, very broken combos. And a lot of times your opponents will be dumb and they will let you get that broken combo. But at the same time, it's really dangerous to rely on the fact that you're going to get that. For instance, let's talk about this Lion build right here. The Essence Aura and Arcane Orb is beautiful. And he clearly got those first. He would have been doing decent either way. But if he was relying on getting the Voodoo Restoration, that easily could have been countered by the other team paying attention to what we were doing. One thing people have a tendency to do in ability draft that I've noticed is they get so focused on their own build and paying attention to what abilities are left that they pay no attention to the enemies. And that can be as lethal as getting a horrible build, honestly. There have been times where I've taken an ability I didn't need just so that I could deny it to the opponent. As you can see, I died here. It was unfortunate, but we are going to get 2 kills here, which is nice. Makes it feel a little bit more worth it. My first death, I've gotten 4 assists, which is really good on my build at least, what I'm going for. We're doing pretty good so far. As you can see, I'm starting to pick up stuff for a Yule Staff. What that's going to do, it's going to give me my mana regen, it's going to give me a little bit more damage, and it's also going to give me movement speed and a way to... One thing that's really, really cool about what I'm going to do here, I don't know if I ended up needing it later, because I'm pretty sure we get a decent lead. But the thought process here on the defensive side is, if I get jumped, I can Yule's myself, and then when I land, I can Shadow Dance. Or if I'm only being attacked by one person, I can Yule's them, get out of range of sight, and my Shadow Dance will give me the speed to get as far away as I need to. So in a one-on-one scenario, it's really, really helpful for me on the defensive wise. And even in team fights, at the very least, I can disable somebody for 2.5 seconds. I still am getting mana for myself, and the movement speed on top of the Shadow Dance 30% makes me move really fast when they can't see me. And another thing, guys, another reason I kind of like taking Shadow Dance on a support for ability draft, this isn't the first time I've done it either, I'm going to mention that right now. Another reason that I really like to take it on a support hero is that it lets you de-ward. I didn't see any wards when I was playing, so I didn't end up buying any sentries. I guess we can check. Yeah, as you can see, they have 0 wards right now. That's pretty much how it's been the whole game, and that's probably a big factor onto why they lost as badly as they did. Because as you can see, we are roaming their half of the map relentlessly, just killing all of them, and there's nothing that they can do about it. But if they are warding, like I was saying, what Shadow Dance does, it gives you the movement speed and the healing if the enemies cannot see you. So, when you're walking around in the river, like up here in the normal ward spots, if you watch up here above your health bar, if you see Shadow Dance disappear and you don't see an enemy, that means one of two things, guys. That means that there's either a ward watching you, or there is somebody invisible watching you. Neither one is a good prospect. As you can see, we set up with the Maledict into... We got a double stun. We only got one with the Maledict, but as you can see, we have enough damage that it didn't matter. The double setup was enough. I'm not 100% sure why I popped the Shadow Dance there. I might have gotten jumped on, I guess, and I missed it. Or I was worried about it. That could be another thing. But yeah, so like I was saying, so that's one thing to keep in mind, guys. If Shadow Dance disappears above your bar, something is wrong. And it's very easy to figure out what that is just by looking at the team. I know that none of these guys have the farm to have a Shadow Blade. With the exception of the Luna, who is clearly not going a Shadow. She's pretty much going a regular... I'm pretty sure, to be honest with you, she's looking at the exact recommended items for Luna and just building that. Which isn't necessarily horrible, but at the same time, she has not enough mana to do what she's trying to do here. So I probably would have gotten more mana regen than just a Ring of Aquila, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, so if you carry around a couple of sentry wards while you have Shadow Dance, you can de-ward the crap out of their team, and it's not even guesswork, guys. You know exactly where the wards are, within reason. I mean, if it's down here by the river, it's either here or it's over here. And let's be honest, I think that there are very few people that use this ward spot. At least that I've seen. I've done a lot of de-warding in my games, guys, and I almost never see the wards here. It's almost always here because they want to get the jungle camp vision as well as the rune. And that's not a bad call, but it does make the ward extremely predictable, which is why if I catch myself getting de-warded, I will move it to this other side. The sentry ward range is not nearly as bad, so it's a lot easier to get away with it. As you can see, we get a free kill here on Lich. Pop the Shadow Dance to back off, which gives him a chance to come in and start cleaning people up. We had the Earth Splitter, which helped get at least the stun here. I didn't notice if Pugna got caught as well. This is going to be a kill on their whole team. A double kill for me, actually, which is really fun. And yeah, 25-4, guys. This is a stop, but at the same time, I really wanted to talk about ability selection and kind of your thought process when drafting, because that's what's going to win you ability draft games, guys. Pay attention to what your opponents are drafting, and don't take stuff that is going to be horribly overshadowed by one of their builds, or get counterpicked by one of their builds even. If you notice that their team has all of the AoE spells, don't take Spawn Spiderlings. You're just going to have a bad time. Delicious got really ballsy there. He went for the Dagon shot, and luckily I was able to save him with the stun. That was unfortunate. I was about to get the stun. I didn't notice that Luna had come up from the side. Finger of Death is rough. But yeah, as a whole, we're doing really good, as you can see. I've been continually trying to keep the wards up. We've got pretty good ward placement, I'd say. I don't know if I can check here. No, it's not letting me. This is kind of an old replay. When I play support, guys, if you help your team and your carries do good enough, you should always have money for wards and your items. And if you're not having enough, then you're playing support wrong, is the bottom line of it. whether it be that you're feeding too much or that you're not being efficient with your time. I like to play supports and gankers. There are very few carries that I enjoy playing, Spectre being one of them. Really, guys, it's all about making sure that the right people get the farm and that the right people get the money. This was kind of a risky play. These two went in by themselves. As you can see, we're turning the fight around now, but we did lose Bane in the process, and we probably didn't need to. That's a big thing, guys, communication. That's one thing I know that we did particularly well. That kind of sucked that he got picked off, but with them being down as many people as they are, and with us having the item advantage, especially with Lion here, we are trying to get as much damage on these towers as possible. We're going to get a free kill here on Lich because he came way too close. And as you can see, and this is one problem I want to talk about, guys, when you're on defense and they're attacking your racks. Now, what just happened there? They lost 2 guys at once, and then the rest of them started trickling in one at a time. Especially this early, when the respawn timers aren't that bad, guys, wait for the rest of your team. You might lose one racks, and that really sucks. It really does. It makes it harder to push. You get less gold out of it. But at the same time, if you're going to feed 4 heroes in a row and not save your racks, what's the point? Because let's be honest, that's usually what happens. When they have 5 people pushing at your front door and you run in one at a time as you respawn, usually it's just one person at a time getting gangbanged by the other 5. And then you end up losing multiple set of racks instead of just the one that was at risk. So, really, guys, you got to be careful with your decision making. You got to make sure that you're not doing reckless moves for no reason. And as you can see, holy crap, I am fast as hell here. Between the boots, the Yules, and the Shadow Dance, I'm quite fast. I was busy buying stuff from the shop. I didn't notice the Delicious was in danger. And I totally missed the stun that I was trying to get on Luna. And I missed the Nether Blast. I never said I was a pro, guys. I feel like I have really, really good decision making and not so great reaction time. And I feel like that's probably my weakness. It's probably my fault as well. But I do know where my strengths are, and I do know what I need to work on. And that's what I try to do. And that's what's going to get you to move forward. That was a horrible, horrible gank. It could have gone way better. I tried to pop the Shadow Dance at the last second, which would have given me another stun and probably the kill. But I waited too long and she got the finger off, which is unfortunate, but it happens. I was able to pick up my Blink Dagger, though. Blink Dagger, guys, very underused item in pubs, I've noticed. It doesn't give you stats. It doesn't give you any cool attack modifier, but I can't stress how important mobility is, especially on heroes that need to get around and need to set up and initiate and set up good stuns. They might have been able to get that kill, I think, if they hadn't body blocked as bad, but we're still doing alright, and they were still able to chase him off at least. Another note about the Blink Dagger too, on top of the extra mobility, it also allows you to move unpredictably. And when it comes to mine, I mean, look at Bane was just able to juke the crap out of Pugna twice. I saw him run past Pugna twice on the minimap, which is when I moved up there, and then we got to see it happen again. So, I can't stress enough how much mind games are. And like, for instance, characters like Spirit Breaker and Slark, they thrive on the enemy not, or especially Ricky, they thrive on having the enemy not know where they are. The whole reason that Ricky is scary is that he could be anywhere. And as soon as you know where he is, you can plan for him. And that's really what the Blink Dagger helps with too, guys. Because for instance, if I'm pushing bottom and they don't know that I have a Blink Dagger, they think that I'm fleeing either up towards the river this way or that I'm coming back this way. But realistically, I can cut up, blink to mid, move up to the top, and start pushing top lane. Blink Dagger allows you to do, as you can see right there, Pugna was not ready for that stun, and that was only made possible because I had the Blink Dagger. If he had seen me moving in, he would have run off. Obviously, I could have used him to probably set that up, but with the Blink Dagger, I didn't need to. Really, I mean, you can see here that I'm working on a Shiva's Guard just to help keep our team even more alive, because we've got extra armor. Lowering their attack speed makes the armor go that much further. But honestly, I think the Blink Dagger was the best pickup I could have done there. I don't know what Elder Titan thinks he was doing here. As you can see, he's taking a lot of damage. For a second there, I remember distinctly having a brain fart and not remembering what he had. So I threw up the Shadow Dance. It ended up working in my favor because if he had brain sat me, that would have really hurt that gank. Now I'm up to full, however, thanks to Shadow Dance. As you can see, we've gotten the second set of racks now. Delicious gets himself a killing spree. Pretty much at this point, it's just the waiting for their towers to slowly die off. Waiting for all the fight to leave them. As you can see there, because I was able to drop the Maledict first, get him with the stun and the Nether Blast, I didn't even have to stick around for the kill. I was able to just wander off. Or let her wander off, because I knew that the Maledict would do the rest of the damage. I probably should have backed away a little bit earlier than I did there. I totally forgot that Pugna had the Shallow Grave. It was a really good Shallow Grave on his part. Got them some extra gold. Almost 800, which is not bad at all. Especially when you're behind like this, guys. But yeah, unfortunately, with the abilities that they had, they're just... I mean, this is a great team fight ability, but he doesn't have the intelligence to back it up. This is great for team fights, but at the same time, he's dying really quickly because his pretty much the entire game, his positioning was really awful. Dazzle has really good support or really good team fight abilities. Luna has decent team fight. Lich is decent team fight. With Shallow Grave and the Cask, actually, I take that back. Their team is really good at team fighting, but they just never really came together to do it. They probably could have... I don't know that they would have won with their builds, but I definitely know that they could have put up way more of a fight than they did, and maybe gotten at least a tower. But... I mean, that shows you the difference in decision making, guys, and I think really that was a huge... I mean, just the wards alone. We've been pushing their racks forever, and as you can see, I've still got wards going up occasionally. Let's see about them. Yep, still no wards. Especially, okay, if no other time are you going to buy wards, when they are pushing all three of your racks, that's when it's time to buy wards. And if not any more than this, you need at least one here and one here, because that lets you know if they're hiding in this area, that lets you know if they're coming up through this side farming your jungle camps, that lets you know if they're coming up to attack bottom. It gives you a ton of vision with only 2 wards. And they were never, I mean, they were able to buy... Well, he didn't have much farm. She was damn near able to get an Ags, and she wasn't able to grab sentries. She was able to get an Ags, a Helm of the Dom, Ring of Aquila, Power Treads, no wards. This guy has to have sold items, because I refuse to believe that he only had boots the entire game. I really wish I would have checked in with him more often now. But yeah, as you can see, guys, decent builds, decent decision making. And really, their team had nobody playing as a support. We had one person acting as a support, and that makes a huge difference, guys. Makes a huge difference. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.